The Santa Monica Boardwalk was a whirlwind of life, roller skaters zipping by, street performers captivating crowds, and the constant salty kiss of the Pacific breeze. For Claire, a local surf instructor, it was the backdrop to another ordinary evening, teaching eager tourists how to conquer the waves. But then, her eyes landed on Ava, perched on the pier, a notebook resting in her lap. Ava was a picture of quiet contemplation. She wasn't like the others, drawn by the thrill of the ocean. She was there to escape a storm of her own. Something pulled Claire towards her. She walked over, a playful smile on her lips. "You know, the waves are a lot more fun when you're on them, not just staring at them," she teased. Ava looked up, startled, then a genuine laugh escaped her. She confessed her secret, a deep-seated fear of the ocean, paired with an equally deep fascination. That simple exchange was the beginning of everything. Over the next week, a new routine formed. Claire, with her infectious confidence, convinced Ava to take a lesson. Their mornings became a blend of saltwater and laughter, filled with Ava's wobbly, hesitant attempts to find her balance on the surfboard. Claire found herself admiring Ava's quiet determination, the way she pushed past her fear again and again. In turn, Ava was completely captivated by Claire's fearless, vibrant energy. It was a magnetic pull, a perfect contrast. One morning, after a particularly challenging session, where Ava finally stood up on the board for a fleeting moment, she emerged from the water, dripping and breathless but beaming. "You make me braver," she said, her eyes shining with a new kind of light. Claire felt a warmth spread through her chest. "And you remind me to slow down," she replied softly, realizing how much she had come to cherish these quiet moments amidst her usually fast-paced life. But a cloud loomed over their sun-drenched days. Ava's trip was temporary. A return ticket to Vermont was waiting, with a departure date just 2 weeks away. The thought of Ava leaving felt like a physical ache to Claire. She was terrified of losing this incredible person who had so unexpectedly surfed into her life. Ava was just as torn. The idea of returning to her old life, of leaving behind the one person who made her feel truly, completely seen, was unbearable. One evening, as they sat on the sand watching the tide roll in, Ava's voice was barely a whisper. "I don't belong here," she said, the words heavy with unspoken sadness. "This isn't my world." Claire turned to her, her gaze steady and full of conviction. "You belong wherever your heart feels at home," she answered, hoping Ava could hear what she was really saying. On Ava's last night, they walked the boardwalk as the sun began its spectacular descent. The sky was a masterpiece of fiery orange and soft pink, the ocean roaring its evening song. The air was thick with unspoken feelings, with the weight of goodbye. Claire knew she couldn't let her go without saying it. She stopped walking and turned to face Ava. "I don't want this to end," she confessed, her voice thick with emotion. In that perfect, fleeting moment, with the last rays of sunlight painting them in gold, Ava closed the small space between them and kissed her. It was a kiss that tasted of salt and hope and the breathtaking realization that sometimes home isn't a place at all. It's a person. Weeks turned into a month. An email arrived in Claire's inbox. It was a flight cancellation confirmation. Ava had canceled her return ticket. She was staying. She found a small apartment near the beach. Her days now filled with writing her stories to the soundtrack of the ocean, and her evenings filled with Claire. One afternoon, as they sat on their surfboards, gently bobbing on the calm water past the break, Claire looked over at Ava, a mischievous glint in her eye.
"So, you're not afraid of the waves anymore?" she teased.
Ava smiled, a radiant, happy smile that reached her eyes. She reached out and took Claire's hand. "Not when you're beside me," she replied. And together, they floated to souls who had found their anchor, their home, in each other, under the endless California sky.